Ms. Kadeer, we know that the United States government has been doing some things with regard to the situation of the Uyghurs. There have been reports, but what else, what more can the United States government do to help and to address the situation with regard to the Uyghurs?
Amerika hükümeti bazı işlerini kılıvatıdı deydi. Mesela deydi, toplattan çıkarvatıdı Uygurlar meselesi geldi de yardım için deydi. Hem sizce deydi Amerika hükümeti yani neme işini kılalaydı Uygurlar meselesini hal kılış için kandak bir işlerini kılıp deydi.
Birinci Amerika hükümeti hazır bizimki Uygurlar meselesi doğruluk tekşiriş ömek kirgizip aşağıdaki Uygurların ahvalını küzütüş gerek degen bir narsani en dastlabda hozir chunki nayt qattiq so'yqirim qilyapti emasmi? Mushu bir guruh tashkillab Amerika hukumati cho'qim bizning bir guruhimiz Xinjiangda turib Uyg'urlar masalasini kuzatadi deganni qila oladi Amerika.
So first of all, there is a crackdown is going on in East Turkestan. Chinese authorities, arresting, detaining people. Right. So the situation is terrible now. So therefore, U.S. government can send a delegation, an investigation team to go to East Turkestan and investigate the situation there on the ground.
Has it done that yet?
Bunda iş bulmadı mı?
Yo'q, bo'lmadi texi. Elchixonadan 4 odam berib tekshiribdi, texi u tar doirada Urumchining o'zida haliqi Xitoy hukumati mening rastavotida, Uyg'urlar mening rastavotida hozir ishga Amerika hukumatining bir yo'li bor. Chunki Xitoy hukumati sami mandavatsa, Uyg'urlar mandavatida biz bir o'mak tekshirib Qashqar, Xotan, butun Sharqiy Turkiston bo'yicha tekshirish etib deyish yo'q qo'yapti. Deyaladi, chunki ikki taraf gibi yolg'on chiqyotgan ekan.
We heard that four people from the U.S. embassy in Beijing is now in Urumqi, collecting, information. But of course, the U.S. government could, send a delegation, a team to the East Turkestan because all the Chinese are now telling something, and the Uyghurs are giving another other side of the story. Right. So therefore, in order to find out the truth, what really is going on in East Turkestan, so U.S. government, could send a team to.
What about members of Congress? What about members of the House of Representatives or the U.S. Senate? Have they sent members delegation to Eastern Turkestan?
Mesela deydi bu Amerika Kongresi'nin adamları deydi. Bu yerden bir vekiller ömürge ivatildi mi deydi.
Burun evatilganmış 7. ayının 5'den burunqi ishlarda evatilgan vaqtida o'zingning xabari va shu bir tekshirish o'mak evatilganda mening bolarimni shu vaqtida men burun bir o'mak bo'lganda meni qo'lga oldi. Ikkinchi qitim o'mak bo'lganda mening bolarimni qo'lga ketdi.
So of course in the past before the 5th of July the US government tried to send some delegation to the East Turkestan. The first delegation came to East Turkestan in 1999. At that time, the Chinese authorities arrested me, and when they sent the second delegation from the U.S. Congress, they arrested my children. So it was not a good experience for my family.
Muşlarının hemsiga Amerika ciddi qarayamadı.
So U.S. government couldn't take it seriously,
Rahmat bina chiqdi. Lekin shuning uchun nima qilish kerak deganda Amerikaning eng cho'ng qildigan ishi Uyg'urlarga Tibetga o'xshashlar qonun ma'qullash kerak.
So I'm very thankful for the U.S. government to support in getting me, released from the prison.
Right.
But the U.S. government should also consider they take seriously the issue of Uyghurs as the Tibet issue. And
as regards Tibet also.
And also if the U.S. Congress should also adopt a resolution on Uyghurs.
Qonun ma'qullash kerak. Masalan, State Departmentga Tibetning masalasini mas'ul bir odam bekitdi. Ham Kongressning ichida Tibet komiteti deb komitet bor. Xuddi bizmi 20 million xalq. Bizning ziminimizni Xitoy besib olgan. Bizga shundaq State Departmentga bizga Uyg'urlarga mas'ul bir odamni qo'yish kerak. Ham Kongressning ichida bizning Uyg'urlarning masalasini bartaraf qiladigan komitet qurish kerak.
So there is a Tibet coordinator in the State Department, the U.S. State Department, and also there is a Tibet committee in the Congress. So we are Uyghurs are about 20 million people, and the U.S. government and U.S. Congress should do the same thing they have been doing for the Tibet, for the Uyghurs.
Onun için bizimki adamlarımız şunda az. 5-6 adam maaş hep işleyimiz. Bütün dünya boyunca Uygur'un davasını yetişemey, yugurip, yıkılıp düşüvatımız. Hem bizge Amerika hükümeti özümüzün ahvalimizni yalğız Amerika'yla eslip kavatımızda hazır. Çünkü iktisat olmaganlık dünyanın hem yerine anlatışımız gerek. Özümüzün ahvalimizni bütün dünyaya Amerika halkı anlatış için bizim adamlarımızı köpeytişke bizge az dolu iktisat acıtıp köpeytip veriş gerek.
So we have been having a very big financial difficulties in promoting our cause, because in the whole world there are 6 or 7 people are working for the Uyghur full time to promote the Uyghur cause. So now we are so busy and so overwhelmed. So therefore we would like the U.S. government also to the organizations to allocate some financial aid to us in order to hire more people and to do the job properly.
Do you see a parallel between what is happening to your people in Xinjiang and also in Tibet?
Tibet'te ve Şarkı Türkistan'da buluvatkan siyaset buluvatkan vakalarda bir okşaşlık göremseydi.
Okşaşlık görmen, lekin bizden kattık.
Of course, there are a lot of similarities between the situation in Tibet and East Turkestan, but the situation in East Turkestan, I can say, worse than the Tibet.
İntayın eğer hem Xitay mı bizimkiden Tibet'e nispeten bizimkiden yaman çocuğuydu.
So because the Chinese authorities are very very nervous about the issues, about the disturbances in East Turkestan.
Muş bir ay içinde 2 kıtım ahtaşlık kitap ilan kıldıysan şunu oldum bilsem oldu.
Chinese authorities issued 2 white papers within a month.
Bir ay içinde.
Situation in East Turkestan.
2 kıtım ilan kıldı. Mutlaka bu yerge bu Uygurlar küçük gelgen degen dersini dünyaya götürüp çıktı.
So now they are claiming in their white papers that Uyghurs are not the indigenous people of the East Turkestan. They moved to East Turkestan a few hundred years ago from other parts.
Küçük geldi dedi. Demek aşının özü katık küçük ketkenligi.
So this means that China is very afraid of losing that land.
Uygurlar falan yerde undaq olsa qiyadan küçük geldi degeni dep beremedi. Ahtaşlı kitabın özünü tutup alaysız.
So they say that claiming that the Uyghurs came, they moved from to East Turkestan from other parts, but they don't say from where they moved to East Turkestan.
How much time do we have? We keep going, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes.
Anınki Uygurlarning meselesi ig'ir bo'lganligi qayerda desiniz? Tibet meselesini dünya bilib ketganligi uchun Xitoy biroz qo'rqyapti. Uygurlarga o'ltirish bilan javob beryapti.
So another thing is that the Tibetan issue is well known in the world. So therefore, China is careful, very careful in dealing with the Tibet, with the issues and with the disturbances in Tibet. But it doesn't care when it comes to East Turkestan.
Üç usul bilan o'tiryapti deydi.
So they are, killing the Uyghurs, arresting them. They are using many methods.
Üç usul bilan o'tiryapti deydi.
They are using 3 methods.
Birincisi özünün kolu bilan turmug'i tashlab, hem etib, hem urib o'ltiryapti.
So they are killing the Uyghurs prisoners, and they are beating them to death and under the custody. İkincisi
Xitoy millatchilarni tarbiyalab, uluni oshkora ko'chaga chiqarib, ularning qo'li bilan o'ltiryapti.
So now they are, encouraging, Chinese nationalists, Chinese mobs took to the streets and beat and killed the Uyghurs.
Uyg'urlarni o'ltirish kerak deganni har bir Xitoyning beshiga kirgizdi.
So now they are such propaganda have been such propaganda that killing Uyghurs is normal, so you have to kill them.
Üçüncüsü bularni qavab, sirtqa chiqamay, hozir buni aşı territoriyadan bütün hammasini pasportini yig'ib elib, yig'ib elish orqali bularni namratlikdan, g'oshlikdan, madaniyatsiz o'xshamagan usullar bilan Xitoy o'lkalariga yo'tkash, qizlarni akitish, masalan qizlarni akitib, yo'qlik bo'lib ketgan, sinib ketgan, uni bir o'ltirish deb qaraymiz deydi.
So they are, rush. They are doing, whatever they can to assimilate the Uyghurs as soon as possible. They are bunu mu dediniz? Ahırkını mı?
Qızlarni ekitip aşağıya asmasya
Yeah.
qilishni o'zini o'ltirish deb qaraymiz. Kichik bolalarni ekitish 7 yoshdan necha yoshgacha.
So they are at even they are now transferring, as I told in the conference, transferring hundreds of thousands of young Uyghur women and girls from East Turkestan to mainland China, and they even created some Uyghur Xinjiang classes, and they transferred thousands, tens of thousands of Uyghur children from East Turkestan to mainland China. So they are trying to assimilate them, and they want to make them Chinese.
Endi hozir Uyg'urlar o'zininki nəhayət qattiq qırğınçılıqqa duch kelayotganini, hatto Uyg'urlar o'zining beshig'i kelgan ishni Ikkinchi dunyo urushidagi o'qishtirayotdi deydi.
So they are in a situation that even some Uyghurs, compare their situation to the World War II in Germany.
O'qishtirayotdi. Shuning uchun ahvolimiz shunday ig'ir bo'lganda, ya'ni Amerika jiddiy oldiga chiqmaydi deb qatim deydi.
So, but we were in a very terrible situation, and China continued to crack down the Uyghurs. But this time the U.S. government didn't take a strong stand against what's happening in our country.
İki taraf o'zini tutib olish kerak dedi.
After the 5th July incident, bloody crackdown, the U.S. State Department issues a statement calling for both sides for restraint.
Necha yuz ming askar oshkora qiribotsa, Xitoy millatchilari urib o'ltiribotsa, o'y-o'ydan akirib o'ltiribotsa, ashini qandaq bu o'layotgan xalq o'zini tutib oladi dedi.
So actually there is no two sides there is one side who oppressing the other side, the Chinese, and one side the Chinese with its military and Chinese mobs on the streets and Chinese security forces killing the Uyghurs. So on the other side the Uyghurs without any weapons, without anything, so they don't have anything.
Yani ben Amerika hükümetiga shuni tavsiya qilaman. Ben bu xalqimning ishinde boldum hozir. Mening bir oilam ham Xitoy hukumatining ham Xitoy xalqining o'ltirish tahdidida qoldi.
So now I want to come to my personal issue, my family. I want to call the U.S. government to rescue my family members because they are in danger now, my children and my relatives.
Bular hozir bularni qutuldirib, Xitoy qat'iy chiqib ketishga ruxsat qilmadi, pasportlarini tatib oldi, uydan qo'g'lab chiqib, o'tdaga uylardan qo'g'lab chiqarib oldi.
So Chinese authorities confiscated their passports. They don't want to issue the passport for them, and they also, they were living in my department store building, so they, forced them to evacuate their homes. Now they are on the streets. Actually,
Bularning hammasining pasportini ishlatib, chiqib ketishga Xitoy hukumatiga besim ishlatishni umid qilaman.
So I would like that U.S. government put pressure on Chinese authorities to issue at least passport for them in order to leave the country.
Men sizdan hal qildigandak hamini sizga degil tutdim dedi.
So I told everything I wanted.
Thank you, Ms. Kadeer, so very much. Thank you so much.
Valla işin demek ki bir gap ne yaparsın? Mama hükümetin yaşkını şöyle mava hakkında yakşı bir nübası.
Dedi. Sizden kaysın değil.
Qattiqroq bir bayonot e'lon qildi.
Gapirgan shuni deb.
So Ms. Kadeer wanted to mention one. Sizdan
Please, yes.
Siz qandaq gap deyishni xohlamayman shuni
deydi. Nima deysizda? Bu mama hukumati vaqalardan keyin Xitoy hukumatining u yerdagi bostirish harakatini to'xtatish to'g'risida
Personal appeal to President
Obama hukumati mushu vaqalar 7-oyning 5-idagi vaqadan keyin Xitoy hukumatining Uyg'ur xalqini bostirishni va o'lim jazosini bekor qilishni va tutqun qilishni to'xtatish to'g'riliq qattiqroq bir statement berishni umid qilaman.
So I hope that the Obama administration take a strong stand against the Chinese brutality in Chinese crackdown in East Turkestan, and I hope that they will issue a statement calling for China to stop this ongoing crackdown in East Turkestan against the innocent Uyghur people.
Thank you, Ms. Kadeer. Thank you.